What is going on, guys? It is your coach of the Detroit Blue Flares, Kaz the Weeb, and we are here with our draft analysis for the Mafia division in the PUDL League, aka Mafia, aka Experimental. This is our newest, not newest, I guess, but this is our experimental league. As the name entails, we try a lot of different things compared to the normal format, like the low tier Terra, 9 points and under type stuff. We decided to go a little bit more offensive and a little bit more scary. We decided to add in a lot of powerful stuff. Let me pull up the tier list, for example. Like, we pulled out the Chien Pao, Landorus Incarnate without the Sheer Force ban. Skyman is here, Spectrier, Terrapagos, both Urshifus with nothing restricted on them. Zamazenta, honestly, I don't know why normal Zamazenta is here. Maybe the crowned version where it's stuck with that item. Why is the normal one here? Just, but it's here. I let Kyurem cook. I think the kitchen got too hot for him for some of these. For some of these he cooked. Zamazenta is crazy. Skyman is crazy. But you know, I have faith in my boy. I have faith in my boy Kyurem. It's gonna be a fun league regardless, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm scared of some of these mods. I've been playing low tier Terra with all these guys banned. So this is gonna be interesting. This will be my first little toe tip in the salty spittoon. And I am not tough. So I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud in here. I got in, I was SpongeBob, and I got my ass in by pretending. But yeah, but with that being said, I'm still very excited. Like I'm saying all this, but Kyurem the GOAT. You know, this league is the GOAT. I love PUDL. I'm excited for this league. And let's get right into our draft because we got some heaters here. Alright, so for our first pick, we decided to get Palafin, one of the new undrafted guys. Obviously, there is some controversy about, like, should he or should he not be banned. There's a lot of people, maybe higher skill players, where they're like, you don't need to ban it. Or maybe it's low. To be honest, it's probably lower skilled. Because there's like people like Pokemon and stuff where they don't want to deal with it, and I feel like maybe it's content, but I mean it's, you know, Pokemon. He's a great battler, so I kind of trust his word for it. It seems like maybe it is counterable, but it's just too annoying. It's slacking Unbound, so I'm glad I got it on my team, to be honest. So we got our boy Palafin with the nice hardy stats of 100 HP, 160 attack, 97 defense. 106 Spatag, 87 Spadep, and 100 speed. So yeah, 160 attack, guys. So and 107 Spatag isn't even bad. You could definitely run this thing mixed and make people not expect it. That'd be kind of crazy, to be honest. See like a mixed, or not mixed, but like a special Palafin. I don't even know if that's possible. We gotta look at his moves, guys. So I know he has a lot of solid moves. I've never used this mod before. I used it in my normal playthrough because he looks cool. I think Palafin's great. But yeah, so he has Aqua Jet, but he also has Jet Punch priority, so that's probably better. Acrobatics could be interesting to use. His agility for setting up potentially, maybe weakness policy agility. Bounce, but I don't think you'd use that. Bulk up for setup. Potentially chilling water, draining kiss. It gets draining kiss. That's crazy. Like choice specs might not even be bad on this mon. Let me cook, guys. We're gonna be cooking. Flip turn with the momentum. We got Focus Blast. Grass Knot Hard Press, which I don't even know what Hard Press even does. More power the more HP the target has left, so maybe that's something interesting. It gets Ice Beam and Ice Punch. Like I said, this thing couldn't be special. I'm sure there's someone that ran this thing mixed or special before. There's no way it hasn't, you know. So I'm interested to see that. So because that has Ice Beam and Icy Wind, Iron Head, Jet Punch, Liquidation, Outrage. It can set up Rain, which I would never set up Rain with this guy. Surf, Throat Chop. It has Taunt. What else we got? Waterfall, Wave Crash, Zen Headbutt. So yeah, this mod, don't be surprised if you catch me with a special Palafin at some point, because special water benefits me more at some point for some reason. Don't be surprised, because people love prepping for the physical 160 attack. I'm about to be coming at you with my glasses on, got my specs on, shooting some ice beams all over the place. So we'll see. But yeah, that is my boy Palafin, and we are going on to the next round. Alright, so in our second round, We got really lucky, by the way. I forgot to mention, we were second overall, so we got really close to the wheel, so that helps us a lot. And so with our next pick, we decided to go with Kyurem. You know, me and Kyoma in DMs, we talked a lot about this mon. I thought this mon was going to be banned in SPL and everything. I thought this mon was Bax Caliber, but also special. Obviously, he ended up at a really high cost, I think like 17 or something like that. But not banned. He was an OU, which I did say. I thought he would be an OU. He was saying like he was gonna be UU or something. I think he might have been saying that to spite me because of us going back and forth. But this mon is fantastic. I think this mon, honestly, in Draft League, I think it's better than Bax Caliber. For the fact that it can go special or physical, it also gets freeze dry, so bulky water types are not a switch in. It also gets a lot of good coverage, believe it. Well, you don't even have to believe it or not. You just know. You just know. His stats are 125 HP, so he's a fat boy. 130 attack, 90 defense, 130 sp attack, 90 sp def, and 95 speed. So very bulky, very strong mon. You could run this thing physical, special. You can run this thing defensive. It is a great mon. It's so good. I'm looking forward to use it. It has a lot of good sets. It can run spec sets, special sets in general. It can just be it can just run loaded die, scale shot, icicle spear, stuff like that, dragon dance sets. It has so much it can do. And like coverage wise, it has the you know, dragon claw, dragon pulse, dragon tail for phasing, dual wing peat for potential sash users like Ribombi for setting up sticky webs, Breloom if I want to use it for that. I'm pretty sure I could one-shot this with my physical build at 130. I'm pretty sure it should just die. We have flash cannon coverage for those fairies, which is pretty damn good, to be honest. Freeze dry for those pesky, bulky water types. We have glaciate, which lowers speed, which isn't even that bad. We have hyper voice, probably not usable on this guy. Ice beam, icicle spear, icy wind for more speed control, iron head for physical coverage against fairies. It gets psychic. What else we got? Rock slide, scale shot, shadow claw, shadow ball, sheer cold because Oko moves are not even banned here. Weather ball, zen headbutt, stone edge. It has so much it can do. This mon is going to be a threat right next to my Palafin. They honestly cover each other's weaknesses pretty decently. And my next pick is gonna be the trio is elite. My trio, my steel, it's not even steel fairy dragon, but my next pick covers up Palafin, and Palafin covers up him and all that stuff. So let's get on to the next pick. All right, in round 3, which is kind of surprising it made it, but also not surprising. Like there's a lot of new mons, but my round 3 pick was Iron Treads, another new Future Paradox mon. This is like my 3rd one in my draft leagues. I've done three draft leagues, have 3 Future Paradox mons. Ground steel type, fantastic mon. One of the best spinners in the game. Right under it's probably like, I don't know the new tier list for him, but I know Great Tusk is #1. This guy is probably #2, or at least top 3. Maybe I'm wrong now. Maybe things have changed. I know there's like extra drill and stuff now, but he's definitely top 5, top 3. 90 HP, 112 attack, 120 defense, 106 speed. This guy can be booster speed to be fast. It can be bulky with 120 defense and great typing, which has a lot of good coverage. You know, 2 immunities and all that jazz. You know, booster energy is not bad in this mon. Leftovers is really good. Assault vest is good. Air balloon, leftovers, all that good stuff. He can be a stealth rocker. He is my first stealth rocker of my team. Spinning, it has ice spinner, it has knockoff, earthquake, all that good stuff. Let's see. Funny enough, you can run like steel beam on him if you want him physical. He gets special. He gets momentum with the volt switch. Flash cannon, hard press could be very interesting in this mon. I don't know. I mean, with me being faster, that might do a lot. I'm gonna have to calc some of that stuff. Ice spinner, of course. Iron head for strong steel stab. We got rock tomb, rock slide. What else? I'm not even gonna read smart. Well, smart strike. It gets supercell slam, which will be interesting coverage for water types. That's actually pretty good for water types, to be honest. Zen headbutt, all that jazz. Very good mon, very solid. I'm looking forward to use it. It works well with Kyurem and Palafin, and so does my next pick. All right, in round 4, I think we picked up this mon pretty early. I think we did. But I think it's a really good mon for what I need. I needed Spadef. I needed some walling on my team, so we went with Florges. Florges has a nice, what do we got here? What do we got here? You know what? It doesn't have an ability that you can really use, but that's okay. 78 HP. Don't really care about the other stats. 112 special attack, 154 Spadef. So very, very bulky on the Spadef side. It can also be physically, like, there's sets because of how much Spadef it has. You can just run this thing physically defensive. It's very similar to Sylveon in that sense. But it's a Wish Passer because it gets Wish Baton Pass. It gets Moonblast. It gets its own healing with Synthesis. We've seen Mephisto cook with Trailblaze. What was it? Trailblaze Sword Power, stuff like that. It can do some really interesting stuff here with Calm Mind. It gets Draining Kiss for some longevity. Energy Ball, of course, Grass Knot. It can set up terrain for me if I really want it to. Pollen Puff for that bug coverage. Psychic Noise as well. What else we got here? What else we got? We can use Skill Swap to get an ability. Yeah, Tearful Look. I've seen people cook with Tearful Look, and for the I've seen someone go Light Screen Tearful Look. It was Miko from my Showdown League. Tearful Look, Light Screen to shut down a Volcarona setting up. So that is a pretty cool as well. Yeah, because this thing does get Light Screen. Does it get Reflect? No Reflect, so it only does screens on the one side. It gets Trick, which could be very interesting to use, and of course Wish. So, all in all, pretty good mon. We know Florges. We know what it does. It's been here since Gen 6. It's a great mon. Alright, in round 5, I decided to go for my Tera Captain. I wanted to make sure I get it because I was afraid because this mon... People will be talking about this mon all the time now because it just came out. It gets Tail Slap, Slap, and Tidy Up. We got Cinccino. You know, good old Cinccino. Shout out to Poke Game for the name. Cinccino. You know. Is that cringe? It's probably cringe. But still. This is my Tera Captain. We went with normal, grass, and fairy. I'm debating on changing fairy to steel, and I'm probably gonna do it. I still have time to do trades before week 1 starts. It will cost me a point. I think fighting goes really well in this mon because it has no coverage for steel types besides dig, and that's not good. So I feel like instead of fairy, because I was gonna go fairy for like fighting resist / super effective against fighting. But I think I would rather go fighting myself to have the stab Tera Blast fighting, which I think would be very useful in this one. It's rocking 75 HP, 95 attack, 60, 65, 60 for defenses and attack, and then 115 speed. So it's a decently fast mon with Skill Link and Technician. You can see this mon going either way. It can run Skill Link with like a Choice Band, or it can run Technician with a loaded die if you don't want to be locked into moves. It gets Tidy Up, so another way to remove hazards. It also removes substitutes that way. It can take advantage of that loaded die or Skill Link with stuff like Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, Tail Slap, so some good stuff there. It also gets some it does have water coverage with Aqua Tail. I don't know, 90 accuracy, so it's not too bad. So that's not terrible. Endeavor, which could be interesting to see with how fast it is. Gunk Shot is pretty good coverage for fairies. It has Ice Spinner and Triple Axle for flying coverage. I love seeing Triple Axle on this thing. Knockoff, Play Rough, so it has some coverage for fighting anyway. Seed Bomb, if you don't want to run Bullet Seed, which I don't see why you would run that, but you know. Super Fang for the really fat mons in case I need to run that. It gets Thunder Wave for some speed control, and like a U-turn for momentum. So this mon is pretty solid. I think I'm going to change it to Tera Fighting to give it something for steel. But yeah, other than that, that is it for this mon. Alright, so next on my list of things to get, I needed another physically bulky mon. I wanted an Intimidator, but I couldn't afford Arcanine, so I got Walmart Arcanine. But I think this thing might be just as good. It still gets Morning Sun. I think the only reason it's not as good is because it has an additional typing, which makes it have more weaknesses. But we went Tauros-Blaze. This is a pretty solid mon with 75 HP, 110 attack, 105 defense, 70 Spadef, and 100 speed, so pretty fast as well. It's an Intimidator. It also gets Cudchew. Anger Point, I could take advantage of someone using Flower Trick on Meowscarada and then just sweeping the fuck with Trailblaze and just going crazy. That might be fun to see. You know, now that I said that, if they watch that video, they might not use Flower Trick. But you don't know what I'll do. You don't know me. Yeah, I like this mon defensively. I think Arcanine is a very good defensive mon. This mon functions very similar to Arcanine. Does it get Morning Sun? That's the only thing. It doesn't get Morning Sun is like the only difference. It's like the main reason why this mon isn't as good as Arcanine in my opinion. No Morning Sun, so it doesn't have that reliable recovery, but I think that's okay with Intimidate and Leftovers. It still gets Wisp, so it can definitely punish some of these physical attackers with Intimidate Wisp. It's gonna force them out a lot of the time. Since it's fighting, it isn't weak to the Stealth Rock, so it's gonna take the normal damage. It gets Body Press and Bulk Up, which is gonna be a very good tandem. Close Combat for that stab, stab fighting. It gets Earthquake, Drill Run as well in case there's a terrain or anything like that. We have the nice Temper Flare, so we don't always have to run Flare Blitz if we want to run a physical fire move. I do like Temper Flare. It is very interesting. I gotta read it again. It might work if I just wisp into something that's already burnt and then click Temper Flare after, or stuff like that. Maybe that's some interesting ways to use it. It gets some nice steel coverage with Iron Head as well. It gets Stone Edge. Obviously, like I said, Temper Flare. If the doubles power if the last move failed. So that's very interesting as well. Trailblaze for setup, Wild Charge for water coverage as well. And Z Headbutt. Very solid mon. It has Work Up, but you never use Work Up over Bulk Up, so yeah, not even worth mentioning. But very solid mon. I call it Walmart Arcanine because all it's really missing is that Morning Sun, and this thing is basically just a better Arcanine in my opinion. This mon's great though, and I'm looking forward to using it. Next on my draft board, we got an old friend. I felt like it worked with my team the best. It gives me water immunity. It's something you've seen in my DDL 1 at this point. It is Ogerpon-Wellspring. We have the 80 HP, 120 attack, 84 defense, 60 special attack, 96 Spadep, and 110 speed. I've already talked about it before, but it has pretty decent typing with water absorb immunity, which helps a lot of my mons. And by a lot, I mean it just helps Tauros and Treads, which is still a lot, in my opinion, because those mons are very important to my team. It gives me 110 speed, which I needed. I don't have any mons at 110 at this point, so having this mon is pretty helpful. It is a nice physical mon, a nice physical wall breaker with Swords Dance, Trailblaze. It gets Encore, Knockoff, Play Rough. It gets so much coverage. Storming Tantrum as well. What else we got here? Horn Leech for recovery, Leech Sheet and Synthesis for more recovery, Power Whip for strong grass move if you don't want to use Horn Leech instead. Storming Tantrum, I think I said that. Superpower, Throat Chop for some dark, Taunting as well, Spikes, U-Turn Momentum, Zen Headbutt. It has a lot of stuff going for it. I think Ogerpon-Wellspring is a great mon, and I'm looking forward to use it. Yeah, I say that all the time. All right, next on the board, I wanted to get something else to help benefit my core. I don't really have a ground weakness, I would say, but some of my important mons are weak to ground. For example, my Iron Treads and also my Tauros-Blaze. So, and I wanted to use this mon too. It's very defensive. I need to get some more defense on my team. I went with Orthworm. It has the nice and powerful Earth Eater. Watch out, click an Earthquake on this boy. He's gonna be eating that shit up. There's multiple sets you can run with this guy. You can run the Coil setup. Coil Iron Tail, Coil Body Press, stuff like that with the leftovers. There's also just utility with Stealth Rock, Spikes. We got Heavy Slam, Body Press, Coil as well if you just want to get bulkier, stuff like that. It has Earthquake as well for more coverage. Heavy Slam. I don't know how heavy this mon is. Iron Head might be better, but there's that. But we do have the Iron Head as well. Rock Slide, Rock Blast for more stuff. Shed Tail's banned, sadly, for me, because I have him now. But I think this mon is great. I'm looking forward to, getting to pilot this guy. Alright, next on the board, we have 3 mons left to get. I have 1 Spinner, 1 Tidy Up mon on my team. Sometimes I don't want to lock Treads into Rapid Spin. And I wanted Special Grass, and I wanted Special Ground. And what better mon is that? And more Spadep. We got our boy Toedscruel, the sussy mouth mon. I've helped with Shiro's used this mon a lot and so I've got to experience it a lot, so I have a lot of experience with this Toedscruel, and I know that he can be a good mon. With a Mycelium Might, or however you say it, it makes me kind of sad because it makes you slower, but it has spores that can go through Sap Sipper and stuff like that. He just ignores abilities, so that's good. You can also just, when you know you're threatening swap outs, you can still just click Spore that way, or Leech Seed, stuff like that. Stun Spore, it has that. It is a nice rapid spin mon. It gets spikes as well. Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Sludge Bomb, knockoff. There's that. I really like putting knockoff in this mon. I feel like this is a nice knockoff mon. Also has Pain Split for recovery now, so that's cool because I don't think he gets Synthesis. So now he gets Pain Split, so he has a way to recover, which is pretty cool, especially with his 100 speed. Speaking of that, 80 HP, 70 attack, 65 defense, 80 Spatak, 120 Spadef, and 100 speed. Pretty decent mon, if I do say so myself. I do really enjoy this mon. I think it's pretty good in my opinion. He gets screen, so he has light screen and reflect, so I do have a screens mon now. It gets the taunt as well. It gets toxic spikes, trick room. Why does it get trick room? I don't know, but it has it, so that's very cool. Yeah, this mon has a lot of untapped potential that I'm looking forward to trying to figure out, because I think this mon can be good. I think it's even better with Tera, but I didn't Tera it this season. But yeah, I'm looking. You might see him as a Tera here soon if I feel like changing, because my next Tera captain, which comes up next, you'll know. Next mon that we have, I decided I wanted more ground. I don't want people to bring ground mons against me. I want treads to thrive. So we decided to get a Vikavolt, also a Sticky Webber. So in case I want to get a little bit faster, we got the Sticky Web goat right here. I do realize I don't have a ghost type on my team, so I might change one of my Teras to ghost on one of these mons that I have. I think that'd be really good for spin blocking. But yeah, this mon has Sticky Webs. It has 77 HP, 70 attack, 90 defense, 145 attack, and 75 defense with 43 speed. Honestly, not the worst bulk in the world with 77 and 90 defense. So not the worst. It also is just a very good Sticky Webber, like I said. 145 special attack means it's not easy to switch in. It is my Tera captain, so we have the electric, steel, and ice. Might change steel to ghost. We'll see. I think that would be pretty good on this mon as well. But yeah, it has Volt Switch momentum, Sticky Web, Bug Buzz, Stab Bug Buzz, and Thunderbolt hit hard. With Tera Ice, I get the Bolt Beam coverage, which is not easy to swap into whatsoever. If I'm not feeling safe about clicking Volt Switch, I can just bring Baton Pass instead. It gets some interesting coverage. It gets Bulldoze, but I wouldn't really use that, so I don't even know why I mentioned it. It has Electro Ball when I'm really slow, because obviously this mon is slow as sin. Air Slash, I can get Agility if I want to get faster. I don't know if I'd ever use that. Flash Cannon coverage, so Flash Cannon is really good on this mon too. Poison, nope. Energy Ball, so it gets the grass coverage as well. For those pesky ground types that want to try and come in and shit on your day when you're having a good day. So we have that. So this mon has pretty limited coverage, but decent coverage for what you need it for. Tera would definitely do well on this thing. I think Tera Ghost looks really good, so you might see Tera Ghost here in the future. But yeah, I'm excited to use this mon. I think it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm a big fan of Vikavolt. So yeah, let's get on to the last mon. And for our final pick in the Mafia division for the Pokemon Ultra Draft League, we went with normal Goodra once again. We have Goodra in 2 leagues. It's redemption time, baby. I dropped him after using him once, and I'm so sorry. We are redeeming this one. This one doesn't Tera unlike the other one, so we might be slightly worse. But he still has all the moves and coverage that you could ever ask for. With 150 Spadef, this mon can eat some special hits. Has Knockoff, Scald, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt. What else you got? Acid Armor to boost that defense. Let's see. Dragon Tail for phasing. Earthquake. It can be physical or special, with its 100 attack and 110 special attack, so it can go either way. Toxic as well, which is fantastic on this mon. I love that it has Toxic. The only thing that holds this mon back is that it has Life Dew instead of Recover, or something, something similar to that. It needs better healing. Other than that, this mon is fantastic in my opinion. Sludge Wave 2 for those fairies, or Sludge Bomb if you want the chance to poison. Weather Ball. So yeah, this mon has a lot that it can do for my team. Abuse Assault Vest, modest max special attack, max HP, or you know, Assault Vest with more SPDF. And yeah, this mon can kind of go crazy if it in the right situation. So I'm excited to use it. And with that being said, guys, that is the end of our draft analysis for the Mafia division, aka, you know, actually it's experimental division, aka Mafia division. I'm looking forward to battling. I wish I had more Wi-Fi leagues, but I have 2 Showdown and 1 Wi-Fi, so I hope that's okay with you guys. And yeah, good luck to all my coaches. I hope I can get into playoffs. This league looks stacked. So we'll see how well I do here. I feel out of my league. So yeah, guys, good luck. Wish me luck. Good luck to the coaches. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the beginning of the season. Peace.